You. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I got everybody mute on this side. Yep, we live. Yep. What's up with y'all?
What up? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
What's up? What's up?
Bad. So I'm surprised they didn't go longer than 12 o'clock. I thought they were gonna go at least until 1 a.m.
Oh no, they did exactly what they needed to do, brother. That was
They wrapped
already
that
long
right
enough. Nah, it was already long enough than it needed to be, brother. No. Bob that.
You said nah. You said what we not about to do.
Nah. Ain't no way I would have been on this live till 1 a.m. Nah. They did exactly what they needed.
But Sting's final match, man. Before we hit the intro, y'all good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before we hit live, shout out to my nephew Mateo. Happy birthday! Love you, little buddy. 3 years old. We took him to a medieval spot yesterday, and I was like, they was like, "Yo, hey, Josh, they got some daggers over there they selling." I'm like, you mean that fake shit? They're like, no, they real. I'm like, bet.
Uh-oh.
So my ass left with this beautiful dagger.
Damn.
This thing beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This thing heavy too, so it's an actual dagger. I was like, I got this one. There's another one over there that's hiding my mess right now because I'm cleaning up my office. But yeah, I had to showcase this beautiful record. So people who I just got my fingerprint on it, so I gotta wipe it. Jesus Christ! All right, we got it off. But it's made in Spain, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had to show that off right quick. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it right here while we get
there for the collection, dog. You gonna end up being like some more Joe in a minute, brother.
So yeah, I was gonna put it down, but we're gonna go ahead and cue the intro. Let's hit the intro.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand to your feet and make noise for GRESH UNLEASHED!
Let's go! When the club go around here, I'm a cactus. Bang, bang, gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. GRESH Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness. I was taught to be the greatest. 1,000 days I'm running, check out the book of Guinness. Coolin' with the baddies in the baddie section. Guarantee you they ain't jaded. Hero, you baby face, I ain't feeling your gimmick. The fans think it's overrated. Brock Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on a daily. Feeling like GRESH Unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the GRESH Unleashed podcast. This is another special edition of the GRESH Unleashed podcast of AEW Revolution post-show, featuring yours truly, the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, GRESH. And joining me as always is my main man, my right-hand man, my partner in them, Mr. Highlight Reel, the voice of the Unleashed Anthem. What's good with your brother?
What's good, man? Y'all, pardon me if my energy ain't typically what it normally is right now. It's midnight, so I'm gonna be real chill right now. But we here, baby. We here.
Midnight. And joining us once again, you saw him on Tuesday, and you're gonna see him again tonight. He's my main man, right out there from St. Louis. What's up with you, your boy Squints? What's up with you, brother?
I'm good. Extra good knowing that I'm getting a pay-per-view finally.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, AEW Dynasty is coming to St. Louis. Is going to St. Louis. I'm saying coming like I'm actually there, but yeah. We're doing another pay-per-view next month, so I'm guessing Tony Khan got his wish by doing 10 pay-per-views a year. Like, bro, you expect me to drop 50 a month? We gotta talk about that.
I'm be spending more for this one, but yeah.
Yeah. I might shit. No, knowing me, shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might swing through. Like, shit. I ain't never been to St. Louis before. You won't see this thing though. I can tell you that. So you'll probably see something else. But yeah, I might swing through to St. Louis for that Dynasty. But I need them to give me a main event that's worthy of me coming out there, though. Let's just put it out there, like.
Yeah, trust me.
But AEW Revolution just finished, literally like 15 minutes ago. I'm surprised they ended at midnight, but they did. For those of you who don't know, this is the post show. If you haven't already, make sure you guys check out stuff that you already missed. Got Talking This that dropped that past couple of weeks. Sloan, Derek Myers Jr. Make sure you guys check out our tribute to the one and only Sting that just went down on this past Tuesday. Check that out as well. So, yo, we appreciate you guys. I believe that is up there as number 2 for downloads on the GRESH UNLEASHED podcast. So appreciate y'all for listening and joining the fun that we do. We're constantly growing over here because we just here vibing and chilling. Let's look at the Chizat. What's up, Marty? What's up, my brother Cam? What's up with you in the chat? I see you. MFB, I see you in the chat. What's up, Sloan, over on Twitter? What's up with your partner? Got that Sushi Boys podcast hat on in his bio. So shout out to him right there, repping his show and all that good stuff. But while I pull up the graphics for everything that just went down, what you guys think about the overall concept of this pay-per-view? Let's start with you, our esteemed guest, Squints. What you think about this show?
It exceeded all my expectations. I'm not gonna lie. I was going in it with low expectations, as I do most pay-per-views. But that whole pay-per-view, I was talking to my brother. I was like, "This is good." After every match, I was like, "Damn, that match hit."
After World's End, it better have hit. Because isn't this technically the first pay-per-view of AEW this year?
Yeah.
So after we had to sit through World's End, yeah, this better be. This better hit. But other than that, we'll definitely break down each match or give our thoughts on each match that went down. But I actually enjoyed this pay-per-view, what it was. I already got my match for tonight. I love Sting. We're gonna obviously give him his flowers, but I already got my match of the night, which was the match that I pretty much dismissed because of who put it together, being Don Callis. But Takeshita versus Ospreay, that was my match of the night, and I can still say that once the final bell rung. So, but highlight, what was your thoughts on tonight's festivities?
Yeah, man, I think it delivered for the most part of what we got. Shoot, what can I say, man? For a show that puts no stories behind a lot of matches, they know how to always put on good matches when they need to. So that's all I can really say for AEW, man. They did what they needed to do and what they usually do.
Okay, that's some form of praise from your boy Highlight. So we go with that.
Hey, I'm no AEW hater, y'all. I promise. I ain't really been on them like that too heavy lately, man. They just, I need them stories to get better, bro. I just do. I'm a story guy, like you, of course. Yeah, and characters. I mean, I like characters too, and. So it's like,
speaking of characters, what you about to say? My bad.
Oh no, you were good. You're good. I was just gonna say, but I always want to give them their props and flowers that when it comes to pay-per-views, 9 times out of 10, especially with cards, they usually hit, like Takeshita and Ospreay, as you mentioned. Like, we'll get into that, but standing ovation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. I guess we can start off with the kickoff or the buy-in or whatever.
0 hour, I guess.
0 hour. They changed the number. They changed the name I was around when it was the buy-in. Now it's 0 hour because of him buying Ring of Honor. So
crazy.
I didn't really care for these two matches, and I hate to say that. Julia Hart and Sky Blue were defeated by Willow and Chris Stat. None of us got that. Squints didn't really know who was competing, so we not even.
I didn't even know that match was happening. After the first pre-show match, I done left the room and I came back and that match was halfway done. I was like, oh shit, all right.
It's all good though, but nah, it was decent. Like, it was a decent TV match. for what it was. Like it wasn't. It didn't. It was if you weren't already sold on the pay-per-view, it wasn't going to sell you on it, and that's both matches. So it's like if you weren't already, if Sting's final match didn't sell you on buying this pay-per-view or watching this show, however you choose to watch it, I'm not here to judge. Yeah, it was basically a typical 2 Dynamite matches. I see people still complaining about Jay White being with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Pause. I don't care. As long as if he's having fun, I don't really. Like this man's having fun. That's all I could. That's all we can say about that. Like if he's having fun, and I can't really judge that. We all got that right though. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang with that. We kicked off the show with the TNT Championship match for it was Christian Cage defending against the one and only Daniel Garcia. What did you guys think about this match? Let's start with you, Highlight.
Believe it or not, guys, I actually did not get to. I have to go back and watch this specific match because I caught it right towards the tail end.
What do you think about that closing moment, though?
Well, kind of quite what I would have expected from a guy like Christian, mostly. Yeah, I mean, you know, as we predicted, I mean, we didn't really expect him to lose it anyway. Given what they're still trying to tell with him and Adam, so it was kind of like you figure some type of shenanigans would take place with this guy. But you know, hey,
I got a gripe to pick with Luchasaurus Kill Switch. They had a spot where Daddy Magic came out to make the save, and he forgot that he was bigger than Daddy Magic. Like completely forgot. Like, bro, you're getting your ass whooped to the back by a guy who's literally right here. He comes to you to your titty muscle. Why are you running? Why are you running? That's just like me playing Spider-Man 2 with Craven running from me the entire time. Why are you running? Well, I am smaller than you. Why are you running from me? That doesn't make any sense. But I knew Christian was going to retain. What did you think about this match, Squints?
It was a good match. Nigel was cracking me up on commentary, though. Did you hear what he said to Tony at the very beginning?
He said something about he watches OnlyFans or something like that. So I already know I'm surprised he didn't say he's a subscriber to John Cena's OnlyFans.
He said that, but then he was like, I forgot what he said. He said, he goes, Mama Wayne is Nick Wayne's father, but she calls Christian Cage daddy. And then he goes, Tony, has anyone ever called you daddy? And me and my brother just looked at each other like, what the fuck?
Boy, they were wilding on commentary tonight.
Huh?
Yeah, he said right at the beginning. And then he said Christian Cage won DILF of the Year in 2024. Nigel was on one tonight.
Indeed, he was, actually. Yeah, he was. Because there was something else he said where I was like, okay.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's PG. But overall, the match was good, though.
These guys still wanted him. Yep. It's Nigel.
All right. Okay, Nigel. It's like that. But the match itself, what you think? It's like I don't know how to transition from that because it's like,
yeah, the match was good. I bit on that the pile driver false finish when he pile drived Christian Cage. I thought that was 3. I thought Danny was winning the title right then and there.
Nigel's commentary just made me lose my entire thought process. But Christian obviously retained the title, even though he low-key 69 Daniel Garcia. Pause. With that, he put his balls all in that man's face.
Dang, dog. Come on now. I can't.
Oh man,
I can't, bro.
Yeah, That's all. Cause I was like, yeah.
This man, my God. Oh Lord.
I can't. You can't make this up. I'm sorry. Like it's like a lot of stuff is funnier when you're not trying to be serious all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Next up, we had for the AEW Continental Crown Championship, Bryan Danielson challenging Eddie Kingston, and this was basically a battle of respect because Eddie feels like he hasn't been respected by Bryan. So this was basically a mixture of this to me to get my thoughts on this. If it came off as a typical, like it was a sloppy fest in a way, but a good sloppy fight. I know I pay attention to social media for the most part because some of y'all are weird, but I pay attention to like the general consensus, and it was a mixed bag for some people. Some people thought this was a little too slow. I, being a fan of both, was invested into it, and I actually enjoyed it. I love the story that they was telling of the story was simple. Everybody respects Eddie but Bryan. And it didn't matter, like it didn't matter if whatever Eddie did, he just did not get the respect from Bryan, and that was basically the consensus of this entire match. And obviously, the story was pretty much straightforward, and this was 19 plus minutes of pretty much a slap fest. Like both men went through a fight. What you think about this match? Let's start with you, Squints.
This match was, like you said, just sloppy, but in the best way possible. Mm-hmm. I loved it. That's my favorite thing about Eddie Kingston matches. I've watched it with non-wrestling fans, watched his matches with non-wrestling fans. They're like, he doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. I'm like, no, he knows what he's doing. And the ending of it was just incredible. That final stretch had me standing up.
What you think about it, Highlight? Be raw, be real.
Two drunk uncles at a bar fight, fighting for a means of respect because they were playing a game of pool and trying to see who finna get that money that, you know, off of that last fair shot that they made. But you know, it did what it was supposed to do, man. I really just, you know, the story told itself and it told what it needed to tell at the end, man. You know what I'm saying? It was I don't know if I appreciate Bryan Danielson over here trying to fake him out almost like every 2 minutes where Eddie was like, man, F this. I'm out. But, you know, finally shaking this man's hand and just listening to the crowd, you know, like, be like, boo, anytime he was trying to fake him out, and then actually cheer when they finally shook hands and, you know, gave that typical wrestler salute of holding hands together, hands up. So, yeah.
And honestly, shout out to the crowd, too, because they was really invested in this match. Like no one, and honestly throughout the entire show, like no match from what I was hearing, nobody was quiet. Like Greensboro, North Carolina showed out for this entire show. For it to be from 8 p.m. to midnight, they showed up. Like not once were they quiet. Not even during the women's match that a lot of people was another mixed bag for some people. But they showed up. Like I give them that. Like that was this match was dope. They actually had a post match, I guess you say thoughts for them. I guess we can take a look for the listeners at home.
I'm just gonna lay it out to you, Brian. I took all this shit because I got to get myself motivated. But what you did for me tonight, shaking my hand, that's all I ever wanted was the respect of my peers. I wanted the respect from you, Joe, Mox, Claudio, because that's what matters to me in this life is respect. Championships come and go, man, but real legacy is the respect from the boys. I don't care about promoters. I don't care about, no offense to the Twitter fans or fans that came out there. I appreciate y'all, but what I care about is the respect from the boys. Because at the end of the day, you guys are the ones that are going to be talking about me, whether I was good, whether I was bad, whether I was a waste or not. I don't want to get too emotional, so I'm going to get out of here. I just want to say thank you, Brian. Dude. Thank you for everything.
You fucking earned it.
Thank you. That means the world to me, man. Thank you.
You know, I thought
I thought you were gonna be a dick.
it would hurt me more than anything to shake Eddie's hand, say that I respect him. But there was a moment in that match where I knew I fucked up his wrist. I'm good at that. I'm good at fucking people up. And I know exactly how hurt he was. And he fought through it. And there was this internal moment, this internal click that Eddie, me not respecting Eddie, it wasn't Eddie. All the things that we said about Eddie 20 years ago, about how much potential he had, about how he needed to work harder, about he needed to do this, and how he needed to do that, and how he needed to change his bad habits, and all of that, it took him a while. But he fucking did it. Fuck. And here I was, holding on to this petty bullshit. And I realized it might have taken him longer, right? But the things that he's battled through and the things that he's struggled through, I should have given him my respect a long time ago. And, dude, he earned it. And me not seeing that, that's on me. But in the same way that Eddie can get past some of his struggles, I can get past mine too. And tonight I'm proud of Eddie, but I'm also proud of me seeing through my own bull. And when you can do that, and you get to the other side. I might have lost tonight, but I feel good.
Yeah, man, that was great. So it's like now they can move forward from that. And I put that picture up with Brian because it's like if you're a fan of Bryan Danielson, I feel like we've all mutually accepted the fact that man will never hold the title in AEW. Like that man, it's like I'm a fan of Bryan, but it's like I know better to bet for him to win the title because every time he's gonna disappoint me. So, but the match itself was fun for what it was. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's quite fitting too. That was actually good to see because I probably should have added that in that note. It's kind of funny. We're celebrating Sting for obvious reasons, but there's a guy that's up next when we talk about farewell tours. This guy's still writing his right now as we speak. So that's actually real fitting that these two actually got to share a moment like that and truly show respect for each other in ways like that. So props, man.
Props. Any last thoughts on that, Squints?
No. Other than that video, that was my first time seeing the video. That was.
Yeah, they just dropped it. They dropped it right after the match, and I was like, "Yeah, I got to play this because it's like it made sense for the story that they was telling." So, hey, man, I know this was another match that got mixed reactions online, but for me, I enjoyed it for what it was because it's like it's a simple story. Like every story doesn't need to be a long thought out, well developed story. It's like you're not gonna get your bloodline type story or any type of other story that you get in the past that takes over 3 to 4 years to tell. Sometimes you just need like, hey, I don't respect you. I think you fucking suck. So let's fight and let's beat the hell out of each other and earn each other's respect.
Yeah.
So there's that. Next up, we had the All-Star Scramble match, which is once advertised as the Meat, or was it the Meat Mayhem or the Meat
Madness.
Meat Madness match. It was Wardlow versus Chris Jericho versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer versus Hook versus Brian Cage versus Magnus, who qualified on Rampage versus Dante Martin. This match was 15 minutes. Do you have any thoughts on this? I didn't really care for it. I'm just going to.
I mean, I liked it. It was good for what it was.
Yeah, it was a good, for me, it felt like a good transition.
Yeah.
It was just a match. Like, it was meme stuff with the meat stuff and the shout out to Chris on Twitter. He said he started a beat that meat chant. Pause. So yeah, the match itself was, I mean, it's like, soon as it's like whether it was Meat Madness or All Star, I knew the consensus was, because the winner received a future world title shot. I was like, Wardlow's winning it, because they wouldn't have the man cut that type of promo that he did, and just for him to lose. So it made sense for me. It made sense for him to win this one, in my opinion. So Wardlow gets a world title shot. I don't know how they're gonna. It's like Wardlow gets a title shot, but the champion, when we get there, isn't a babyface. So, and it's ironic that he pinned the guy that Squints changed his pick for.
Soon as I seen him pin Dante, my brother said, "Well, you got it kind of right. Dante was part of the finish." And I was like, "Shut the hell up! Shut the hell up!" As soon as they said it was for a world title, I was like, "Yeah, I'm losing this pick."
What you think about it? How like you kind of quiet on this one?
Cause you know why and how anything involving you AEW ninjas and meat and this bull crap, man. Only thing I'm gonna give props to is the fact that Lance Archer did his that was nice for a man his size, reminding people of his luchador skills for a man that big and that large to be able to do a whole moonsault off the top rope, Undertaker style, in a sense. But nah, man, I'm not. And you commentators chant mini meat for them niggas that went. No, man, just no. Stop. No big meat, no mini meat, no.
Big meat,
No.
man smacking me.
No. No. Keep that same energy when it comes to the women that size, and then we can talk about that. God
Oh,
dang it.
you want equality with the meat, is what you say.
You daggone right I do. I'm not gonna be sitting here celebrating something. Issa can celebrate this. Shout out to the Demon Diva, but Issa can celebrate that. Those wrestling girls can celebrate that. God dang it. I'm not gonna celebrate this. Are you serious? Man, go on to the next match, bro. Stop. Man, stop, bro. How about the man? Please. The freak out looking like celebrating big meat. Man, get out of here. Ryback somewhere is ejaculating himself off this crap. Get the heck up out of here, man. Feed me more of my ass. Man, get out of here. Oh shoot. Hey man. Boy.
All right.
There we go.
Well, Wardlow's the number one contender for the world title. I'm guessing he automatically bypasses the ranks with the
oh yeah.
He automatically bypasses the ranks because the ranking system matters or whatever. So
I mean, I guess technically, because both the two that was 1 and 2 lost anyway, and I think he was like 3, wasn't he?
I don't know. I stopped.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know either. But I don't know.
Let me pull up the rankings. I guess have they updated the rankings since?
I don't know. I don't even know how you can find the doggone things, but I thought I saw Wardlow like in that top 5 one time when they showed it back when the last
they didn't
time
even update it on the website. That's crazy.
Let's see.
And you expect us to give a shit. Like
my point is that you said by summertime. If that
I gave them summertime, you gave them 3 weeks. So you won the bet. You won that bet.
There we go, people. Enough said.
Like, what the fuck? The next match was another match involving the Undisputed Kingdom. That faction is still a thing. Roderick Strong challenged Orange Cassidy for the AEW. I don't know why I said it like that, but AEW International Championship. I enjoyed this match. It wasn't that long. I thought it was gonna be longer, but they actually timed this perfectly. It was about 12 minutes and 45 seconds of basically Roderick Strong obsessed with breaking Orange Cassidy's back. Pause. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was like I don't know why with that mustache, Roderick Strong looked like a youth pastor that trained to wrestle on his free time.
Oh man.
But other than that, it was a fun match. Obviously, and new AEW International Champion Roderick Strong. I wasn't really feeling this Orange Cassidy, the second title reign, as I was feeling the first. It wasn't bad, but it just felt like he was just coasting time until he lost the title. But what did you think about this match? Let's start with you, Highlight.
To reiterate what you were saying, this wasn't the best for Orange Cassidy's second run with this title. Granted, it didn't help that he just would randomly go to random people and they just breathe and they got a title match that same day. That didn't do any favors for him or that reign. That literally added to what you just said about him cruising. But I mean, I guess this is what everybody expected and wanted.
I feel like this is good for the credibility of Undisputed Kingdom because it felt like everybody was just dismissing them because Cole's still injured.
Well, I mean, I guess because they already had titles anyway in this faction and people didn't care for them.
It's Ring of Honor. Don't nobody. I hate to say it, but don't nobody care. Like, if you're not a hardcore wrestling fan that wants to watch Ring of Honor, you're not going to care. They're not even giving you a reason to care. It's just another set of titles.
But do they give you a reason to care about this title right now?
They better because, I mean, they did with Orange Cassidy the first reign, but then Mox got injured, and then the second reign is just like you could tell that wasn't the plan. You could tell Mox was the original plan, and then they didn't. Instead of putting the title back on him because they didn't want to make the title feel like a hot potato, like they do the TNT title, or they did the TNT title. So they just like, we'll just keep it on Cassidy and just have him cruise because and that's just more so on the booking. But as far as like them trying to get us to care about the international title, I hope so.
Man,
that's all I can say. I'm put it this way, Tony Khan, my optimism is getting low by every title change. So please prove me wrong. But Squints, what you think about this match?
Match was fantastic. The gut wrench onto the top turnbuckle was nasty. I jumped up out of my seat. I was like, "Oh, what the?" Like, it was. I don't know how Cassidy was able to stand up after that.
I know he stood up and tweeted, "My back hurts." I know.
Yeah.
But no, Roddy's one of the most underappreciated wrestlers, I feel like, in my eyes.
Who's that? O'Reilly?
So no, Roddy.
Roddy. It sounds like Roddy. But we'll get to O'Reilly in a minute. But yeah, Roddy, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like because a lot of people felt like he was at some point they felt like he was the lower tier in Undisputed Era.
Well, it was really more so for whatever reason, people look at him as quote unquote boring, if you will,
because he's not
like he can wrestle. Yeah, like he can wrestle. They knew that, right? Like they always knew he could wrestle. Granted, this I don't know if they're still entertained by it, but the whole neck brace and the Adam, that was like the most entertaining they looked at him as of like ever. But he's always had wrestling ability, and I think wrestling fans always knew that. It's just when you looked at him next to a Kyle O'Reilly or an Adam Cole or a Bobby Fish, Bobby Fish was like right just above him. So never mind. Yeah. At least the first two, doggone it. You kind of looked at him like, he can wrestle, but personality-wise, you're like Lance Storm. You're kind of boring me, buddy. Right? That kind of thing. So yeah.
Until the Adam thing, and people started like, oh, he's actually pretty good on the mic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I'll say with I know I picked it I picked wrong against this one, but it was like that was before seeing obviously Orange Cassidy tell his help like, yeah, I kind of want to do this one by myself, and a whole doctor like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna make you wear this tape because you have to wear it because like yeah, this and that, and it's just like, oh, so he's targeting himself. Thanks to you, Doc. All right, cool. And I was like, well, yeah, he's definitely losing. You wanna be on your own, and you got to be wearing some Target on your back. Yeah, fair reason.
And speaking of Target, we thought somebody else was going to be a Target or Target Roddy, and that's the returning Kyle O'Reilly, looking like a Geico caveman. In word to Squints.
Oh man, Squints, you gotta reiterate that one, my guy. What happened there, brother? What came up with that one?
He looked like a caveman.
Yeah, he looked like the Geico caveman commercials.
He looked exhausted, like he ain't had no sleep in years. Like that brother had sandbags on his eyes. I'm like, bro, do you need a nap? Need a hug? What's happening? So it looked like they was gonna welcome into the Undisputed Kingdom, but then he was like, nah. But he didn't attack anybody. So I'm guessing they're going with the story of him, I guess you could say, being conflicted or trying to save his brother's soul. Or you know how it's like he's not a part of it because he's been away for so long. So that'll be an interesting concept. So
well, he whispered something in Roddy's ear also.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. That's what I'm getting at. Is where I'm like, he's trying to, I guess you can say, if they go this route, he's trying to save his brother soul from the devil being Adam Cole.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're going the whole will he won't they route for a bit, and then we'll probably get another Cole versus O'Reilly feud whenever he's cleared.
Well, I hope they explain this very well because, given The Rock's 21-minute promo, it took that long before we figured out what the heck he told Cody because we never got an explanation of what he told that man. So it was like something about wrestlers that whisper stuff in other wrestlers' ears. You don't find out what the heck it is they're saying unless they decide to tell you. And it's usually weeks and months later. And you're like, oh, well, thanks for telling me now.
Thanks for clearing out the plot holes that I had like months ago.
Yeah, so we'll see if that gets revealed. But poor Bobby Fish. That's all I could think.
He's in MLW bald as ever.
Wow!
I just want to walk up to him, just smack the back of his head like I'm back in high school again, where you get a fresh haircut. You know when you get that fresh haircut in school, and people just walk behind you and say, "Pat." So yeah, I kind of wanted to do that. People thought I hated Bobby Fish when I said that. I'm like, no, I'll talk about his age because he was around when Moses parted the Red Sea, but I don't hate anybody. I like it when people are bald. I just want to walk up behind you, just smack the shit out of you. So, but yeah, Roddy Strong is the new international champion. They doing something with Kyle O'Reilly, so that's an interesting situation there. The next up, we had the BCC, John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus FTR. So, what do you guys think of this match? Let's start with you, Squints.
Yeah, I liked it. It was the stereotypical FTR match where they just beat the shit out of each other. There's a couple false finishes, and then they end up tapping out. I liked it, though. I wasn't expecting Dax to bleed and Mox not to bleed, though. That threw me off.
What's about you, Highlight?
There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, gotcha. Honestly, this probably would have been my match of the night had it not been for Takeshita and Ospreay. Honestly, because this was probably a close second. If there was a good second to it, This was definitely it. The hometown boys taking the L. That's probably the first time I've ever seen hometowners lose in an AEW company. Wow, things have really changed. I can't believe it. Hometowners losing in their hometown. Wow. Here, I thought that was just a WWE thing, and yet WWE hometowners are winning. That's crazy. But yeah, kind of adding to Squince's point, who would have thought that Dax would bleed and Moxley is not bleeding? That's
You're like, I'm home. I'm gonna bleed.
yeah, you know what I mean. You're like, oh, okay, all right, role reversal, gotcha. All right, cool.
Yeah, like I feel like my sentiments is the same with y'all. Like it was a solid match. Like it was a hard hitting match. None of these matches were bad. Like no matter my tone, none of these matches were bad in my opinion. Like they were decent for what it was. Decent to great to not legendary, but to awesome for what they were. But this was a match that I feel like it was 21 minutes of just what they say, four white boys just beating piss out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say here in Atlanta. Four white boys beating the piss out of each other.
And that was basically their story of this match, because that's exactly what their story is.
They got a draw. To set up this match, and they say, yeah, we're gonna go on a pay-per-view and go a little bit lesser. We're gonna go 1 minute and 50 seconds over that match, and just say, okay, all we needed was a minute. So, hey man. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Like you, I kind of wasn't expecting them to have the hometown boys lose. But I'm guessing they're setting this up to solidify Mox and Claudio as a tag team in the tag team division, which is fine in my book. Mox ain't going after any singles gold. Claudio is just Claudio, and Brian is on his way out. So I guess it makes sense for what it was.
Poor Wheeler. That poor guy.
Oh, this is a nice transition. Shout out to Beast on Twitter. Him and his wife are expecting a child tomorrow.
Ooh,
so congratulations are in order to you guys. Shout out to you guys. We wish you your lady a safe and healthy delivery.
Yes.
We know those are tricky. So well wishes to you guys. Peace and love from your boys over here at Freepedia / GRESH Unleashed podcast. So shout out to you guys. Love you.
Appreciate y'all, man. Want to hear the good news? Share some pictures, all that good stuff, man.
If you want to, like, you don't have to share pictures because you know some weirdos online. So if you want to share pictures, cool. Or just let us know that there was a safe delivery. At least that. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Timeless Toni Storm defending the Women's World Championship against the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. And they got me for a split second. I thought Toni went back to her pre-Timeless era. And this just tells me one thing. Mariah May looks too much like Toni.
To an extent, yeah.
To an extent, and then you look at her thighs and you be like, "Yep, that ain't Toni."
Well,
nah.
If you go back to the first iteration of when she first got there, she was that skinny for a minute before she got thick thighs again. Because she had lost a lot of weight and got like real slim from the WWE time. So technically, you're not wrong on that. She did look like skinny Toni, and then when the thighs came back, it was like, oh wait, no, that ain't Toni. So,
I was like, wait a minute, you can't fool me. I know them thighs anyway.
Yeah. A nice swerve, pun intended.
But what you guys think about this match? I saw this was another match that I saw mixed consensus. Like some people thought it was decent for what it was, and other people was like, this shit was boring. So that's what I'm like, what you guys think? Let's start with you, Squints.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was good for what it was.
Okay, so you're part of the crew. It was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Me too. Highlight, what you think about this match? And be honest.
Didn't do it for me, dog. 100%. All due respect, because I do like both women, but the story was great. Just wish the match would have translated for me. It didn't do it for me personally, but you know, that's it. If you guys enjoyed it, I'm not by no means was I saying this was a bad match because it wasn't. It just didn't do it for me to match up to the story that they had. Like I felt the package, the video package, the storytelling leading up to it, all of that was better than the actual outcome. And that happens sometimes, so it's okay. You know what I mean? But hopefully it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here because I will say this though. Remember what we were talking about with Roman Reigns and all these shenanigans and how eventually that gets pretty old? Well, even though she finds different ways to do it, these little shenanigans from this version of Tony got to stop eventually. All right. I need you to just straight up beat somebody on your own because eventually I'm going to get bored from that crap. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's it.
That's the same. That's how I feel about, honestly, with any. That's the reason why I feel that way about the system in TNA. It's like, okay, you're doing every heel trope I've seen a million times. I watched wrestling for practically all my life since I was like 5. So it's like I've seen this type of stuff before too many times. Some of it be unique, some of it's like, and I feel like that's the thing about. It's like if you watch wrestling for a long period of time, it's boring to you. But if this is your first time watching it, then this is like your greatest match you've ever like. This is brilliant. This is genius. So, but I agree with you. What you said, highlight long. Like she gonna have to switch it up at some point before you just be like, you know what? All right, we've reached that Roman Reigns outside interference level.
Yeah, man.
Just don't care.
But I am curious. You know, I'd probably open it up for y'all to ask. You know, who y'all think's gonna be next for Tony? Because at the end of the day, we see Mercedes' hints being thrown at someone right now that's been taking little subtle shots. Meanwhile, since that's the case on that end, my eyes are either pointing at Thunder Rosa over here, who's making a case saying, I want my title back that I never lost. Or does Deanna want to run it back due to those same shenanigans, since technically she lost by shenanigans? I don't know.
I can see them having Deanna work her way back and possibly go after her again. Would it be Dynasty? Probably not. If they do go all in with Deanna, I can see them running it back with Deanna. What's DMD up to?
Still injured.
Is she injured? Or is that Jamie?
No, they've both been injured. She'll be back. I think they're both making their way back pretty soon, but they've both been injured.
Oh, okay. Because I ain't seen the doctor would see you now and forever. Who knows how long? Because I know when Jamie got injured, they pretty much pulled Britt off too. So
yeah, apparently she had an injury as well, but because you already know in some form, shape, or form, you would have seen that woman by now. But
that's what I mean. Like even when she was injured, like when she had the knee injury, she was still on TV. So that's why I was like, I'm surprised they didn't even keep her on TV to do something. Because, but yeah, the match was solid for what it was. I was surprised. Yeah, so it's like I'm surprised they didn't do no type of returns or nothing during the women's match. But it is.
Well, you know, there's only one that the people care about right now, and they already know when they're getting that one. So it's just,
which they need to start doing promos to like tease her, because they need to make it. Don't do the CM Punk route where it was just like it's the worst kept secret. It's the worst kept secret. We know this show is revolving around Mercedes Monday. Just go ahead and just start teasing her, bro, and sell more tickets.
Yeah, you know, shout out to my co-host Ash Benny. She kind of on Life's a Botch. She said it would have been cool if we would have had, like, we were kind of talking about how you would want to debut her, and it was cool. Like, you know how she's known for like just driving fancy cars or whatever. So like, you could have had a car pull up, completely tinted, not knowing who's in it, but then like some high executive type person gets out the car and is like taking notes during this entire match or something, and then like, okay, we got what we needed. We'll talk to your people, this and that, we'll work up the contracts or whatever. Something like that, where you would have been able to iterate like, oh, Yeah, that's very boss-like of you. You know what I'm saying? You sending people out to scout and scan the competition. You know, but
like basically let her be CEO in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like let her send people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't do that tonight, they need to start doing that ASAP. Like start building anticipation. Like, oh, who that could be?
Mm-hmm.
Who could that be? Like you can be a wrestling oriented program, but you really got to start thinking outside the box when it comes to building anticipation for a debuting star.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel. So, but yep, Toni Storm is still your AEW Women's World Champion. Let's hope that they basically have a clear direction for her going forward. Next up, we had a match that a lot of people dismissed because it felt like it was just, I don't know why they dismissed it. Like, honestly, I don't really pay too much attention to why people dismiss anything. But Will Ospreay, the debuting Will Ospreay, he's now officially All Elite full time, battled Konosuke Takeshita. And if I had to describe this match in 1 or 2 words, it would be holy shit. Holy shit, what a match. It's very rare. I'll tell this people all the time. It's very rare that you get like some type of or some form of like me losing or forgetting the fact that wrestling is predetermined and I get invested into it, because it's like sometimes like when I'm watching wrestling, I turn it off. Like I want my mind to be blown. I want to be like out of my seat, like forget that I'm a 29-year-old man that's watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I want to forget that I am not a part of certain demographics. But this match, this shit right here, this right here, blood. This match right here, this was that good shit. Top to bottom. That good. I was out of my seat at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
I almost had a bro man from the 5th floor moment when I put up 3. I was out of my seat twice. During the top rope, it was supposed to be a brain buster, but it turned into a spine buster in a way, with Konosuke slamming Ospreay, or was it Ospreay? Somebody took a bump and started Wilson. I think it was Ospreay who took the bump, and his spine started messing him up. And then it was the ending with the Tiger Driver 91 into the Hidden Blade. What the fuck? Let's start off with thoughts on this one, because that's all I can say about this one. This was a match that I would tell people, like, go out of your way to watch it. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. It's 22 minutes, 22 solid, even minutes of just family fighting each other. If this is how family fight, I don't want to be y'all enemy. That's all I'm gonna say right there. They was beating the piss out of each other as if it was like the world, as if the world title was on the line.
Mm-hmm.
But this was Will Ospreay. If this is Will Ospreay's debut match, get ready. That's all I got to say. Get ready. Squints, what's your thoughts on this?
I was out of my seat from that brainbuster, top rope brainbuster, all the way to the end. I did not sit back down after that. That match was insane. And then the kick out at 1, I about lost my shit when he kicked out of the Hidden Blade at 1. Or the Hidden Blade, I think it was. When he kicked out at that at 1, I stood right up and I was like, what the fuck? It was that match. That's a match I'm going to tell people to watch if they haven't seen it. Or that might be a match I show people to get into wrestling even.
Oh, that's high praise right there. You like, yeah, this is the match. Like, you don't watch wrestling? Here, watch this. I got you. Check this out. What you think about this match?
I just had an epiphany, and I just thought about when you remember what you just said about if this is how family fight, then I don't want to be your enemy. This I know what this reminded me of. It reminded me of when I first saw Kane versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 14. in the subtle way of the story that was being told with Kane and how it took 3 tombstones to finally get this man, and even in that third one, to see Takeshi get dropped on his neck, where I was already like, "What the like, bruh, what?" Because I'm thinking this. I'm like, "Bro, you ain't coming back from that. You dead, like, bro. Your neck that did not look clean at all, bro. Like he was accordion level, and I'm like, what the heck?" And so the way when that finish happened, I watched his arm like kick out just last minute, even though it was too late. And it reminded me of when Kane did that same thing, because usually when you do that as a wrestler, that's your way of saying, you just got me by the skin of your teeth. Like you just got me. And I'm it's almost like, remember how we were saying with Trick and Dragunov run it back? I wouldn't be mad if they ran this back.
Now that's how you feel?
That's how I feel. Run it back.
Man.
Because it's definitely match of the year, man. I mean, it's boy, this is gonna be a hard thing to top. I don't know who, what, where. We done seen some matches, but put every promotion on notice after seeing that. Like, that's gonna be real tough to top, my dude. Because that, to me, that looks like that's gonna probably win match of the year. I don't see how it doesn't, unless there's something to overtop that. We got Mania coming up. I don't know. We don't know yet. We'll see. But man, that's gonna be crazy, bro. That's 10 stars. That ain't even 5, bro.
It's gonna be me. Like something like, how would you get somebody? Like, how would you explain the Osprey to catch the match? This is literally gonna be me.
Nigga. You remember that shit I gave you last week, nigga? It's nothing, nigga. It's nothing. It's nothing, nigga. Nigga, it's nothing. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Right here. This shit, nigga. This shit here, nigga.
That's literally gonna be me explaining like why, like you can't put into words on how would you describe that entire match. Like that's how good it was. I was like, bro, and Tony Khan, I need you to stop playing on Takeshi's name. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. I need you to stop playing on this man's name. Put a title on this man. I don't care if it's international, TNT, World Heavyweight, Continental Crown, ABC, EFG, whatever title you try to create, because you create titles every 2 months. Give him a title and give him a prominent position on your program. I don't do it. That's all, because it's like at this point, you playing on this man's name. He beat Omega twice. He should not be in a tag team. He should not be in a faction. He should be prominent. He should be a top dog. He should be a world champion or a type TNT champion, TBS men's champion, because you got a women's champion, so make a men's title version for him. Like, stop playing on this man's name, please. I'm at that point, because it's like, bro, this dude gets in the ring and literally beats the shit out of you like you owe him money.
Yeah, that guy's he's the truth, man. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie. Both of these men really are. At the end of the day, and the crazy part, now we got him and good old Kyle Fletch up next.
Oh yeah, so they announced the two friends. They announced him versus Kyle Fletcher for Dynamite. So we getting that on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that would be for the ROH Television Championship? No, because I forgot Kyle is the ROH. These damn titles.
You just said it, bro. You said it's ROH. I didn't say it. You said it. Hey man, I'm right there.
Unless you're a hardcore fan, like people can prove me wrong. It's behind a paywall, so that loses people's interest by itself. But unless you're a hardcore fan, not that many people gonna be talking about it. Even with the views on you know how you do post shows. I even thought about doing a post show for ROH. Nobody want to watch that because don't nobody care. And I'm just going from an analytics poll because I study analytics, and I'm searching ROH Ring of Honor, and if it's not pre 2014 Ring of Honor, nobody cares. 2015, 2016. Whenever AJ Styles was there, that's the last time they cared about Ring of Honor, as far as from a YouTube point of view.
Wow, not even Cody?
Cody's around there at the same time.
AJ was there at the same time Cody was?
It's like it was AJ, then Cody, because didn't Cody leave like 2015, 2016? Was AJ there?
Cody showed up right as AJ left.
Yeah, I was about to say, because AJ debuted like
later. So they passed each other.
Yeah.
So I would give them Cody. That's the last time. It's like that's the last high like search like as far as keywords was Cody. But then as far as like pure interest, yeah, that was it.
I thought so, because I was like, wait a minute, that's how this whole AEW thing started.
Well, mainly because the whole AEW technically started because of Jericho and Omega at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
because Tony saw that match and was like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'll start that."
Really? Because I thought it was because he heard about the Madison Square Garden sellout.
Put it this way, that's what they said. That's the story that they tell us.
They who?
AEW.
Really?
Yeah.
That ain't what the street said.
There's the streets, but then there's AEW who be telling us they like, if it wasn't for Kenny by God Omega versus Chris Jericho, the Alpha and Omega match, Tony Khan wouldn't have cared about starting on AEW.
Somebody out here lying, dog. I heard that Madison Square Garden sellout.
I'm just saying what the Booker man's telling me. I ain't telling you what the streets
Booker man. Me. Oh, okay. I feel you on that one. I'm hearing Madison Square Garden, my ninja, because anything non-WWE selling that out.
That's a prominent reason too. But I'm just saying, like, that was. But wait a minute. You talk about Lynn.
Yeah, because when they did
Madison Square Garden, but they sold it out on names of talent who weren't even on the card. So yeah, that don't count. Because that don't count on the card. They sold it out on a false hope. They sold it out.
I don't know, man. I don't even
know.
But nah,
I'm just trolling, but nah. But yeah, this. Yeah. So far, this is my match of the night. So Will Ospreay, literally, I feel like he's gonna. I feel like hopefully they play their cards right. He's gonna restore the feeling that AEW I feel like has been missing a little bit. Hopefully, wishful thinking. Please don't fuck this up, Tony.
What exactly? I'm curious. What exactly is that, though? When you say that, what feeling is that?
I don't know, but it's a feeling that's been missing for a while for me. I don't know. I need them to. I need somebody to come and restore this feeling that I feel like I've been missing. I don't know. I can't explain. I don't know if it's the new car smell that went away. I don't know if it's the lack of them or the increase of them trying to appease to the casual viewer all last year with the MJF stuff that kind of took me out of it. But I feel like the Continental Classic restored it a little bit, but I feel like they need to really solidify themselves as the alternative, Full Throttle. That's just me, because I feel like that feeling has been missing for me for a while. So hopefully this match helps them restore that feeling for me.
That's fair.
This match felt like a prime NXT black and gold match, if that makes sense. Like a takeover match.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's the feeling to me.
That works. I can rock with that. Okay. I can rock with that. By the way, Gresh, before you move on to the next match, there is one thing we forgot to note. When we skipped over the pre-show situation.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I know what you're talking about. Pac.
Good old bastard.
The bastard Pac is coming back. What?
And Tony Khan can't keep him away because he's apparently like a cockroach. Apparently, Tony Khan's what's been keeping him away from us. Go figure. Dang, Tony. It's like that, brother. Dang.
It's probably just because he just not available. And he like I don't know what his contract situation is weird to me. It's like, is he full time or isn't he full time?
He shows up like once or twice a year
and then just disappears.
Yeah. Because last time he was around was Blood and Guts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was BCC versus JAS.
Yeah.
That's right, because he walked out on Moxley and flipped him off.
And then he did that match with Claudio at Ring of Honor, that one of their pay-per-views, and then went through the table and then just dipped. I don't know if he was injured or what, but he was just gone. No mention. He took a table bump from Claudio, that military press into the gorilla press into the table to the outside, and just never showed up again. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. His contract is weird. So welcome back, bastard. Let's see how long this lasts. That's all I can say. It's like I want to be excited, but I feel like every time I get excited about Pac, he disappears.
That's fair. That is fair.
It seemed like every blue moon, he's like, oh, the bastard Pac, he gonna go after the TNT title. He'll probably go back after the international title. He'll probably win it back because remember they did the 2 belts Pac thing, and then he'll probably go after the world title. Oh, he's gone again. Bummer. Well, move on.
I hope he's around for Wembley this year.
Yeah, give us some bangers, man. We kind of need. We need that Pac from like 2017.
Oh, the king of the cruiserweights.
Yeah.
The bastard never.
Yeah, I need that Pac ASAP. With your big old ears. But anyways, I'm sorry because I couldn't get past that one. God dang, this Negro has some big old ears.
You know he heard you, right?
Oh, I know. I know.
He got them sonic ears. He's like, I heard that. You bastard.
Right back at you.
All right, we got 2 more matches before we take it home. Next up, we have for the triple threat match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Samoa Joe defending against Hangman, Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. Hangman with that porn stash. He's just obsessed with making sure Swerve does not win the world title. And I understand. This man literally broke into your house, threatened your kid. He was up literally this entire match. He was just obsessed with making sure this man did not leave Greensboro with the world heavyweight title. And it was like a few times I'm like, bro, I bit on a few false finishes here and there, but Hangman was just like, yo, I don't care what I gotta do. I don't care if I gotta eat a fine, multiple fines for attacking referees. I don't care if I gotta hit you with the belt. You are not winning this world title. And it's like, y'all will never get me to boo a man who is getting revenge for his family. I'm sorry. I don't care. Because his actions are justified. This man literally spent an entire summer harassing this man. He hung this man. And you want me to boo? I get it. But what y'all think about this match? Because this match had to follow that triple threat. I mean, that one-on-one match that we were just talking about. So they had that daunting task of following that. So what you think about this one? Let's start with you, Squints.
I mean, I called it Tuesday when I said that Hangman was going to be too focused on Swerve because he was just. I feel like that's why he tapped out. I don't think he tapped out because he wanted to. I think he tapped out just because he knew that was the best way to get Swerve to not win that match because he wasn't focused on that title this match.
Nah, that was his entire. Like he literally during his entrance, he literally walked out like a true hater. He just said, "Forget my pose. I'm making sure that you do not win this title."
You see, during the entrances when Swerve's music hit, I went to go grab a drink, and I was like, all right, bet I'll have enough time to get back to the room to see the other entrances. In a span of like a minute, I came back and the match was already started. So that must be why, because Hangman just walked his way down.
He literally just said, like it said down, 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 like it did the open intro, but then as soon as the beat dropped, he went right to the ring, and then Joe, and Joe don't do too much. He literally just walks to the ring.
Yeah.
So by the time, that was literally combined. The longest entrance was Swerve's because he brought the dancers out again.
Yeah.
Nana stomping when he does the on the stage. I'm like, bro, I hear your feet. All you hear was boom, boom. I'm like, God damn. I heard you over the music. But yeah. The match itself, they had a daunting task of following. Like, I did not get into it myself until like when Hangman started fucking around with the refs. Because it just felt like I was still coming down off of that Ospreay versus Takeshita match. Highlight, what you think about this match?
Well, we are about 4 days removed from Black History Month, and still no Black AEW champion. So until we get it, that's it. That's the match. That's it. You know, I mean, I hear you, brother. I hear you, Gresh. I do. But he the only black man that's this close to an AEW championship. So I'm sorry, bro. Hater and the Player Haters Club with Drew McIntyre and Roxanne Perez and all you other little haters out here that's just, for whatever reason, cannot get the freak over it. Okay. Your son ain't dead. Okay. I get it. He alive. Get over it. It ain't his fault you ain't got better security in your doggone home, bro. Work on it. God dang it. Soda freak what? I don't care. God dang. I'm just saying, man. Listen. You messed it up, man.
Wow.
Exactly. African American AEW champion, doggone it. It's gonna happen eventually. I don't know how, I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. So get ready. Get used to it.
If they knock out that Wardlow match at Dynasty and he retains, I can see it happening at like Double or Nothing or something.
Yeah, see, this is where all of this is so jumbled up, because the key thing there of what you just said. See, here's my you said you can't cut a promo like that and then lose, but you can't cut a promo like that and not finish the job. So that's also kind of part of the problem that they have with this World Heavyweight Championship situation. Wardlow, a guy that should have, as you know, shout out to Janelle from HR on the Job Tears podcast, as she said, you should have gave the doggone man the championship when he beat MJF a long time ago. It's too late. Why are we suddenly supposed to care now after all these start, stop pushes you gave the man? And he already said it. Undisputed Kingdom is just so lukewarm at this point. So for what? Have the man win the title for what? Mess around and hand it over to Adam Cole and try to recreate what you tried to recreate with MJF and Wardlow? No. Absolutely not. So I hope Samoa Joe. I'm actually rooting for Samoa Joe in this one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Marty if he's in there, because I know that's the fam. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, if this is where we're going with Joe and Wardlow, I've seen it before. I've seen it again. At this point, Joe end that man in a matter of seconds and get right back to this Swerve situation. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Point blank.
Other than that, you enjoyed the match for what it was. You just mad about the outcome.
Yeah, I did. I just hate that it got placed after this one. That was bad booking on whoever decided to do that one. Why?
To be honest with you, I would rather this follow that match than the Tony and Deanna match.
Okay.
Because
That sounds sexist to me, so I ain't gonna say that. You right.
No, because the reason I said that, because whoever had the daunting task of following that was going to it was going to be hard as hell to follow that. I'm sorry.
Well, they were talking about how this was supposed to be the main event, and I was afraid Sting and Darby were going to have to follow that. I was like, there's no way they're going to make Sting's retirement match follow that.
Nah, I mean, this show was basically centered around Sting. I think we all kind of knew that was gonna be the main event. Like, I think this one was viewed as like a co-main event in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
because before the show started, it was kind of like a rumor or something. So,
well, Renee said on the pre-show, she was like, in tonight's main event. She said it like 3 times, and they kept on showing the triple threat. So that's why I was confused.
Oh, okay.
Well, they did the right call. I'll give it to them on that. They did the right call.
They doing the media scrum right now, so we'll definitely watch that back. I'll probably watch that back later when it's done. But yeah, this was your co-main event, and then it was solid. That's what I'm saying. It was solid, but it wasn't really nothing like. It moved the story along, especially with the Swerve and Hangman stuff. So they're definitely going to have another match.
How do you end that? That's all I'm trying to say. How do you finally end that? That's what I really want to know. How do you finally end that? You can't top what they did in match 2. You can't. There's no way. You can't.
They're going to have to do like a loser leaves town type of match or something like that and have one of them leave for a little bit, but neither of them can leave for a little bit. Like,
but it's wild because even with that, you still can't top what they did.
And it's like, even with that, how do you bring them back without a plot hole in your story? Like, do you have them like say you do a loser leaves town match and they do leave? Do you have it to where Hangman says, oh, okay, he did lose, but seeing as I'm friends with the EVPs, they brought me back because they can. But
they're trying to make Hangman heel, it seems.
Yeah, that's what it seems, even though his heel turns is justified, just like Drew McIntyre's heel turns. So it's like, I guess this is the new trend where every heel turn is justified now. Every heel turn makes sense. Y'all are booing me for getting revenge for a man breaking into my house. And y'all are booing me because I was screwed out of the world title being Drew McIntyre constantly. Okay, so. Hey, man. All right. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do going forward. All right, next up we had for the main event was the final match for the Icon, the Sting, as it was a tornado tag team match where AEW World Tag Team Champions Darby Allin and Sting defended against AEW's EVPs Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, aka the car salesman, aka the executive vice presidents, the Young Bucks. This match, I have a love-hate with this match. I don't know how to explain it. I like the match, but certain spots I hate it. I'm talking to you, Darby Allin. What was the point of you hitting a swanton from a ladder through a plate of glass?
That brother is not gonna walk by the end.
Wow.
You said what now?
That brother is not walking by the age of 40.
It's like if you was following me on Twitter, I was literally looking like, Why? That's the only thing I can say the entire time. Why? What was the point?
Yep. If Jeff Hardy and Sting had a baby, it was him. He's
What the fuck?
that's pretty much. Mm-hmm. He just I saw that and I laughed, yet at the same time cringed all at the same freaking time because I said,
Man, are you stupid?
I mean, I thought Mick Foley did some crazy stuff. I don't even think Mick Foley would have did what you did today, bro.
Did you see that gash on his back? That was
Yes.
That was disgusting.
I need JR to stop with the whole thing that he got away with in the 90s. You see someone's out there saying he learned how to fall. Nobody says that anymore. I promise you, nobody in their right mind says, oh, they learned how to fall. That's a dumb motherfucker. That ain't nothing about learning how to fall. He's just dumb. There's a difference.
Yeah, that. All right, Gresh, if you was to compare that to the moment we witnessed, and I know you know what I'm talking about.
You talking about Cody with the back body bump through the ladder? Through the table, flaming table?
Flaming table. And I mean, ate it all with the whole back. Oh, because those two bumps, I know Gresh is adding to the very tippity top of the list of hell no, I ain't taking that bump.
I'm headed to the tippity top list of hell, y'all are stupid. Because I ain't doing that shit. No. But if I had to rate the two, it would definitely be Cody with the fire. But if I had the other choice, both of them dumb.
And Tony allowed
BOFFUM, both of them are dumb. I ain't said that in a while. Both of them dumb. Cody and Darby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh,
and
you bleeding.
Profusely at that. Tony allowed this. That's what's so crazy.
They had 3 plates of glass. The first one Sting broke with the back. The second one, Darby broke his back with the glass. And then the third one, Sting broke his back with the glass.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that spot, I said, y'all ain't finna do this, man. Don't do that. Oh, they did it. I said, Sting, why?
That's what I said. I was like, Sting, why? Like, I didn't even pop. I didn't even be like, oh my God, that's happened. I was like, why?
And Sting is not lying when he said he was a risk taker back in his day, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not believe me, just go look at the freaking feud with him and Vampiro, for crying out loud. I'm telling you, Sting definitely is the man father, the spirit animal of this man they call Darby Allin. That's it. If him and Jeff Hardy had a baby, it is Darby right there doing all of that unnecessary ish.
For no reason. For no reason. Like,
I don't even think the crowd felt that coming. I mean, sheesh.
Like,
talk about getting your money's worth, but at the same time, good God. Yeah, I love the Oh, let's not forget the part when he actually told Sting, I told you I would literally die for you. I'm still living. Yeah. But for him to say that, he was out the majority of the match from that spot. So it's just like, bro.
People thought he died for real. They was like, can we get an update on Darby? Is he okay? Is he good? Because he went limp. He probably knocked himself out for a brief moment.
He doggone right he did. Jesus, man.
Well,
I mean, there's no way this man does any more coffin drops after that. Please.
Oh, he will. It's Darby.
I know.
This is the same man who took a bump down concrete stairs. He is definitely going to. He's going to take it as early as Wednesday.
That man is.
Darby has literally said that if he doesn't leave the arena in an ambulance on the way to a hospital, he's not satisfied with his matches. Like, he just...
So he wants to die.
Oh, boy, yeah. When he hits 35, it is over.
Nigga!
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I did enjoy the spot where the Young Bucks super kick Ric Flair.
Yeah.
More of that.
You and me both.
I hate that we're glorifying elderly abuse because all these men are elderly.
Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat was there. I'm saying we're glorifying elderly abuse, but Ric Flair, I can make an exception because it's Ric Flair. I don't give a fuck. But the match itself was fun. Like, it was Sting's last match. I didn't hate it, but it was just certain spots where I was more so saying what the fuck than anything.
Maybe that's what he wanted. I mean, to go out like that, might as well.
But he didn't go out like that. He went out and still AEW World Tag Team Champion. So he pretty much went the route that we said on Tuesday's show. That he's going to lead with the title, and he basically retired undefeated in AEW. He retired a champion, and they're likely going to vacate the titles, or Darby might get a new partner. I don't know how they're going to. They'll likely tell us, if not Wednesday, next week, or however they want to do it.
It feels more like a vacate because knowing Darby, he'll chase his favorite championship that he loves to chase. Oh, yeah. Because he can't seem to escape that window for whatever reason. I mean, he did that one time with MJF, but other than that, it was back to the TNT title.
Or the Continental Crown. It's like a million other titles you can go after. You can create your own title. Go after the FTW title. Fuck it. Yeah.
Actually, that's a fitting title for him the way he bumps. He probably would benefit with that one very well. A meaningless title that technically doesn't count, and you bumping all the way for it. Yeah, that works. Good luck with that one, Darby. If you go for that one.
Did you guys see Sting's son, the one that was dressed like Wolfpack Sting, the way he was flying in that ring on those Stinger splashes?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't wrestle. They built like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because when his first son came out, I was like, did Sting get younger? Like, what just happened? And then when his other son came out, I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I know I'm not tripping. Hold on. And then he came out to Seek and Destroy. And then I'm like, all right, that stinks. So I'm like, God, dog, there's three of you. And then it took me until the bell rung. I was like, oh, that is his son. Those are his kids. They literally look like him. He cannot deny those kids. They have your face. They have your entire face. So, but yeah, the match itself was fun. It was fun for what it was. Any last thoughts on this one before we get about here?
I liked the Sting sitting in the theater watching the final Showtime video they did. That was real fun.
What you highlight?
Continuing the point on his sons, I was just surprised knowing that he had sons. Half the time I don't really keep up with a lot of wrestlers on who they have kids and who they don't. I figured he did, obviously, but to actually see them dressed as him, kind of like y'all, I'm like, well, shoot, if you had sons grown this entire time, how come they ain't got in the business? And I'm like,
some of them probably don't like that's the thing. It's like that's why it's intriguing to me when people assume that because you were raised in a certain, like, put it this way, if I have kids, I will be shocked if they follow my path, as opposed to like I want to set up my setup as a generational thing. But if they're not interested in it, I'm not going to lose sleep on it. So like now I say that because that's why I guess a lot of people who are famous, that their kids do the exact opposite. There's a lot of famous actors who their kids are zoologists or music teachers. They just don't follow the career path of their parents. So
oh no, that's true. But usually, if you got more than one, usually the trait goes somewhere. Michael Jordan's sons both tried. They sucked, but they both tried to play basketball. LeBron James' son, he's got a bunch of them. One of them's in the NBA on his way. He sucks.
Did he recover?
Oh, he recovered. He ain't doing too hot from what I understand, stats wise. But you know,
I know he had an accident. That's why I was asking. I ain't heard nothing else about it.
Well, that's why I'm telling people to kind of calm down on him, because statistically they're talking about he ain't it. Like he ain't it. But I'm like, bro, he just recovered from a whole medical situation. That's probably why he can't play the way he probably played before he did. Like people are taking that out of account because they're just looking at like, oh, he's only averaging like 5-6 points a game or something right now. And I'm like, yeah, because he just recovered from an injury that darn near took him out. That's not something just gonna come back and but that's what I mean. Like you look at Goldberg's son. I mean, shoot, the man's playing football. He's following the exact path Goldberg did. He went the football route. Who's to say that man doesn't make the league or does make the league, doesn't work it out too much, and then right in the wrestling industry. We've seen some instances, but I get exactly what you mean because not everybody always follows the business for sure. But one of them look like they could easily do it if they wanted to.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, so if they wanted to, but so far we haven't heard anything. But yeah, Revolution overall was a pretty solid show. Like I think it was more so way better than I expected it to be. But that concludes our AEW Revolution official review. Thank you, Sting. We gave our thoughts. Our true thoughts on Tuesday. You guys can check it right here on youtube.com/@GRESH Unleashed podcast or GRESH Unleashed pod, excuse me, or just simply searching GRESH Unleashed. But yeah, it was a fun ride. OG went out undefeated, didn't put nobody over, like a true gangster. Appreciate you.
Which is, what's funny though? Here's a funny fact though, Gresh.
Mm-hmm.
How is it this man went undefeated in AEW and retired and didn't get one doggone win in WWE and retired? What the freak, bro? Talk about a tale of two opposites. This man had 2 WWE matches and didn't win not one of them and then retired.
Well, didn't he team with John Cena and win? Did they win?
They did a tag match on Raw, I think, didn't they?
If you want to count that.
So technically,
sure.
he didn't go completely winless.
Yeah,
they had a tag match. It was John Cena and Sting versus Big Show and Seth Rollins.
Sure. Okay. I guess. All right. If you want to count that, sure. We'll put it in there. Why not? It is a match. So what, but still. That's wild. Nonetheless, though, yeah. 40 years, man. I was just shocked to find out how many people weren't really Sting fans, man. DJ was like, yeah, no, I was just never a Sting guy. I'm like, what?
Honestly, I wasn't really a Sting guy until I saw him in TNA. That was my first time seeing him. So obviously that's the reason why. So when he made his debut in WWE, I obviously popped. I was like, oh snap, it's about to be a big deal. Then it went the way it did. It wasn't the best, but yeah, it was that. But yeah, it was Sting's career. It had its ups and downs, but it was more so ups than downs. So I'll take that, and I'll always remember Joker Sting. Like that was one of my favorites. Favorite Stings in general. But any last thoughts before we get up out of here? All right, where can they find you on social media? Let's start with you, Squints.
You can find me on Twitter or X at your boy Squints, YouTube at your boy Squints, pretty much everywhere, all social media platforms at your boy Squints.
What about you, Highlight? You know the deal.
For sure, man. Follow your boy at Highlight Life, HILITE Life. Or follow over at the Life's a Botch podcast at Life's a Botch _OTS. And of course, shout out to DJ. Make sure you follow all things OTS Media Co.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys continue to support everything we do at GRESH Unleashed Pod on YouTube. We finally passed 300. Let's add another 300. Let's add another 600. Let's hit 1,000 by 2025. You know the deal. But we appreciate you guys for always continuing to support us. We will likely be. Yeah, let's just say we will be back on Tuesday at our regular scheduled time, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, following NXT. Make sure you guys continue to support the pod. New WWE 2K24 content is dropping this week, actually, or next week, depending on my editor, because I finally got a new editor, so I won't have to be stressed the fuck out this year. So shout out to my editor, Steve OG. Shout out to him. One love to him. He accepted the position, and I'm like, hey, let's make some magic this year. So we appreciate you guys for keeping it locked on the main channel at youtube.com/@GRESH. We're on the road to 10K subscribers over there. So we appreciate you guys for continued support over there. Make sure you guys obviously support your boy Squints, support a man and his podcast, support Life's a Botch podcast, support OTS Media, and support yours truly. And with that being said, on this Monday morning, because we ended literally at Monday morning, on this Monday morning, make sure you guys start out this week highly productive and just be true to yourself as always. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets, and remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Y'all be breezy.
Yeah.